I know I need to work on a track. I need to get a better test track because testing's important. All right, guys, I've got stuff for a track. This is so awesome. Okay, so woo. Guys, I've got all the stuff to make our track. Oh, I'm so pumped about this. So anyways, so I've got my wood here. It's gonna hopefully keep the track straight. I got my dowels that I'm gonna put on the edge like this, and that will provide a place to put the track in between. I'll just glue those on. I've got some clips from Harbor Freight. I used these for a project a little while ago, so those hopefully will help hold that on and get those glued on. It's gonna be awesome. I got my plans drawn for the start gate, so that's gonna be cool. Maybe I'll bring you in here and show you, and then tell you a couple of things that I've been thinking about. All right, so here's kind of my design for the start gate, some dimensions there. I did pick up this kind of shorter piece here. I think it was 6 feet long. And what I'm going to use that for, so I messaged Robbie and he said the D64 4-lane has a 30-inch drop. So I'm going to measure out 30 inches on here, and that'll still leave me a little extra. And then I should be able to get my start gate made out of that. So basically I just got 3 pieces, 2 on the sides, 1 kind of holding it together. And then I'll just use this stuff here. And then I do have this front piece, and at first I was just going to use some of this same stuff, but as I got to thinking about it, if I use just this width, see, the plan was to just put this as that kind of connecting piece right there, and then a couple pieces on the side of that, and then that would be the same width as like the track. But then with the pieces on the side, that's going to be a little bit wider. It actually turns out to be like about 5 inches across there, and so I had to come up with something. So anyways, I just went and scrounged around. I found this other just piece of wood, and so I cut that. So I got that cut to about 5.5 inches, and then by 5 inches. So hopefully that'll fit on the front, and that'll swing open as my gate. I put the little hinge there, and so yeah, I'm doing pretty good. So my first thing, I was going to start gluing these things on. But I got to thinking about the start gate, and actually on the start gate here, so this piece is actually going to be sitting up just a little bit, because the track piece will run through the middle there, so it'll need to sit up a little bit. But I didn't want it sitting up on top of like even higher on one of these, because I felt like that'd be too big of a gap where the cars are going to line up against there. So I think what I want to do is what I want to do is kind of slide this out a little bit so that this thing has a chance to swing open and not hit this. So I want it to sit down below this guy. So anyways, hopefully that makes sense, but if not, I'll kind of show you when I'm building it. But the idea is that I think I'm going to want to make my start gate first before I start gluing these things on, so that I can see how far away from the start gate I need to glue this, so that this can still like swing open and not hit that piece right there. So I don't know, that's what I'm thinking. So I think first thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to just measure this out a little bit. So I'm going to measure out my 30 inches for the height of the drop, and that'll kind of support the drop there. So I'll do that and cut that off, and then I'll need a couple more pieces. So these are going to be 4.5 inches tall. I figured that would give me, with the track piece sitting down here, and then this piece also. That still gives me some pretty good height there in case we have any like kind of tall cars or whatever. But so basically I'm gonna measure out like 4.5 inches, boom, cut that, and then we have the 3.5 inch width, and then 4.5 inches, boom, for that side, and then this one it'll kind of be a square, so I'll just do another 3.5 inches, boom. So I'll just cut those 3 pieces, bam, 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 and then I can start putting them together. I'll probably like use the wood glue and glue some stuff together, and then maybe I might even use some screws just to hold that, and then we can get the gate on, and whew, this is so exciting. Once I get that all put together, like I say, then this will kind of seems like it'll be the tedious part, just like gluing all these things on and having to wait around for the glue. So that's not going to be super fun. But anyways, I'm going to go get my ruler and get my saw, get some measuring and do some sawing, and we're going to get this start gate together. Alright, so we got these cut out. About killed myself. So my table, it can tilt. It's like a drafting table, art table, and it can tilt, and so I forgot to tighten this down, so you know, I'm up there trying to saw and hold things, and I almost killed myself. But anyways, whew, we got these cut out, so I got my 2 sides. I did take some sand. I got my sander, and I did a little sanding just to make sure everything was nice and smooth. And then basically I'm gonna put these like so. And there we go, right? And then we'll have the gate part in the front to flip up. So, this is easy cheesy. So I'm gonna take this glue. This is pretty good wood glue. I'm gonna glue along there, and then I might later on. I may just do a couple of screws in there just to hold everything good. Got my clamp here though. We're gonna clamp it up. Supposedly this glue is super good. So I don't know. We'd probably be fine without the screws, but I don't know. It's always better safe than sorry, right? So anyways, we're gonna get that on there like that, and then I think what I'll do, I'll just use the table as my kind of my flat surface there. So I'm just gonna tip those upside down like that, so it'll be nice and flat. And there we go. One thing I want to do on the front, like where the gate comes and sits flush, I want to make sure that's all nice and even and flat. On the back it's not quite as critical, but on that front, where again that front flap is gonna sit right against there, the start gate flap, I want to make sure that's nice. So alright, so we got that, and I'll clamp these up. See, it looks like we need a little more room there, and then we're gonna get that clamped together. Okay, ooh, the glue squishing out there. Let's see, we had a little slide there, so let's get that back even. Again, I want that lined up really nice there on the front. So, all right. Well, so now we just have to wait for this to dry. Then I can get the hinge out. So I'll go get the hinge, and we'll maybe do some little drilling on there. Get the hinge on that. Actually, I'll have to probably go get some orange track. What I want to do is go get some orange track and get on here, then kind of situate that on here, and then that will let me know kind of how high I need that flap. So I can get that all lined up. So that's good. So okay, so what I need, I'm gonna go get the hinge. I'm gonna get some orange track, and we're gonna let this dry, obviously, and then we can get to it. Oh, this is so exciting! It's gonna be so cool. Yes, love it, love it. All right, here we go. So I think this should be dry now. I've kind of gathered some of my things together here, and we're gonna see if we can get this start gate made and put on. So I think the plan is, let me just kind of tell you what I'm planning. So I am gonna put some screws in here just to hold this for sure. I don't know, I just want it to be really good. So I just want it to be durable and last. So I'm gonna do that. Once I get the screws in there, then I'm gonna get it lined up here on the piece, the downward section of the track. and I'll go ahead and put some screws in. Boom, 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 boom. Get that put on. Once I've done that, I'll get these in here. We'll kind of fit the flap of the start gate, kind of height-wise where it needs to be, and then we'll get that on with some screws, and we'll go to town. So that's kind of the plan, I guess. So let's do it. I got some screws, got my drill bits. Oh, one other thing I was looking at. So these screws are I don't know, just a little bit long. They might not come through the wood with the little extra thickness of the hinge, but I decided, I don't know, I had some extra screws hanging around. They're a little bit smaller, so I'm going to use those when I put the hinge on. That way I'll make sure that I don't have any screws coming out the other side. So I don't know, here we go. This is getting exciting. Let's get to it, I guess. So pop that off. Don't think I'll need that clamp anymore. I got these 1¼ inch screws that I'm going to put in right there on top, and just make sure that's nice and sturdy. So go ahead and drill that first. Let's see, get in there. So I don't know. This is super exciting. Now I know that the track is not going to be perfect. Get that drilled. And I don't know, all tracks are a little bit different, and I know I'm not going to get, you know, the same results as maybe we're going to get at D64, but I think this is at least going to be a little bit better. Definitely better than what I had. And let's see, we'll come over there. Got that mark about right there. Good. All right, get the screws in there. So, I mean, like I said, hopefully it's definitely going to be better. The start gate, I'm excited about that, so that I can get fair starts, because I don't think I was really getting fair starts on the last track I was kind of practicing on. The other thing is, I know at D64, he has continuous tracks, so he doesn't have this like segmented stuff that's going to be hooked together. So anywhere that there's those connections, that's going to be a place where you know, some inconsistencies can happen, and that's going to cause differences when the cars are running. So, I mean, try as I might, I don't know, it's not going to be exactly the same, but like I say, hopefully it'll at least give me a little bit better idea. It'll definitely be longer, so hopefully the length and just the steepness of the drop, that'll be closer, and so hopefully I'll get maybe some better results there. But anyways, we're just going to play around with it. Like I say, I'm just super excited to do this and get this going. And I don't know, you know, at some point, I don't know that I'll look into, I know that continuous track is pretty hard to come by and pretty expensive, so I don't know that I'll ever go that route. But I do know that there have been times where they've done, Mattel has done longer track sections, like maybe like 18-inch or 2-foot long sections. And so I don't know if I could maybe get a hold of something like that. Then that's just less connections as we build the track, and so hopefully then that's less places to get inconsistencies. I know that sometimes, depending on how cars run, if they hug the side and there's lots of connections, then there's a tendency to hit some of those sometimes. So I don't know. Anyways, we're getting there, right? Let's see. That kind of overhangs just a little bit on that side. I think this is the side that I had for the front. So yeah, we'll get that. So I'm going to get that on there. Now, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that I do, is I want this to be nice and straight across here. I don't have too much wiggle room, actually. just a hair. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to kind of line it up there in the back. Like I say, the back was off just a little bit with my cuts, but all this front is nice and flush, so which is great. So this can sit right there and just be perfect on there. Whew, swing it up. Oh, this is gonna be sweet. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little mark right here, and then I'm going to take my square and draw that line right there. That way, when I put this on, I'm going to make sure that both of these are lined up with that line, so it's nice and just square, so that everybody, again, I just want the fairest start that I can get. So that on there, right there. Nice, 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 nice. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to do 2 drills, boom, boom, and boom, boom, and then we'll put those screws in there. We're going to slide the track in, and then I can kind of get a good idea of height-wise where this needs to be. Then I can get where the hinge needs to be, and drill those holes out. Alright. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to put those over there. Just lined up again, right there where it needs to be. Put that over on the edge, and I'm going to get this first screw in there. We're going. Oh yeah. Get this first one in there and kind of hold it in place, and then gonna be good here. Let's see. That in there. Okay. Looking good. So the other thing with this track is I don't really have like a finish line that's gonna like tell me who won. So hopefully I don't have lots of close races. But I think with the length and with my cars, I'm not doing any like official races. I'm just trying to see like which of my cars is fastest. So if I have something where they're so close that I can't tell, then either one's probably a good one to send in, right? So, but in the future, I might look into doing some sort of finish line. I know that they can be hard to come by. There's been some out there, some people that have kind of sold some for a while. 3D Bot Maker had one that looked pretty cool, but he's not doing those anymore. So I know Robbie actually did a tutorial a while back on his YouTube channel on how to make one. I don't know, it didn't look too bad, and I've seen a few versions out there, people that have made some, and so I don't know, I may look into that at some point, but like I say, right now, I don't know that I really need that. I'm just going to try to eyeball it. If I need to like use the phone, the camera, and do some slow motion or something, if it comes down to it. But right now, like I say, mostly I'm just testing cars. I'm just seeing what's fastest so I can send it in. And so when it comes to that, then I don't know that I need a ton. All right, let's get over here. Get these drilled right here. I'm going to slide this out to the end a little bit. Got a little room here. Get that in. And put that, I'm actually going to put this one in so it doesn't move around, and then we'll get that very last one drilled. I might even be able to flip it up at that point and get that drilled. So, this is going awesome! We're going to be racing cars. That's what I'm talking about. Racing cars. Oh, yeah. All right. So, here we go. Yeah, I can just flip that up right there like that. And then, boom, baby. Okay. This last guy in here. Are going to be getting that that front flap on there. This is going to be great. Okay, so we got that in there, and now, yeah, so the idea again, I'm going to put these on, glue these guys on, and that should hopefully keep the track in place and not sliding around or anything. Oh, perfect, perfect. But the problem was, actually, you know what? The track actually sits up a little higher than these guys. I didn't think about that. So, you know what? That's really okay, right? The tracks, or this flap is going to be down right on the track. Now, I could do some things. I could like make some cutouts here so that maybe just like a little tab would come down on the track. But I don't think it's really going to be. I don't know, man. I might look at that. I might do that because I don't know. So there is a little bit of a gap, and so if I've got this thing sitting right on the track like that, I don't know if you can see that. I'll try to angle that so that, I mean, there is definitely that gap in between the track and this thing. I don't think it's a big deal unless there was a car that was like really pointy right down on the bottom. So I could like just cut this and then just do some little tabs that come down, that would kind of come down in the middle of the track right here, and that would get it a little bit closer. But I don't know, looking at that gap, that's not very much. I don't think cars are gonna slip underneath there. So I think I'm just gonna go with this. If it turns out this is a piece that I could easily replicate, I just pull it off the hinge and cut the tabs if I want, or cut a new piece. And so I may look at that later, but I think I'm good. And the other thing is, like I say, I think these, for some reason I was thinking those would sit up above the track, but they're below the track. So if I have my flap sitting right there, kind of on the track there, swinging up, these are not going to be a problem. So I can go ahead and just put those all the way back to the back and glue those on. So that's definitely not an issue. So, all right, well, cool. Maybe I'll line this up. We'll get the hinge kind of placed, and we'll get this flap on. So, all right, so I'm going to put that right there. Let's see. Actually, I think I had it this way so that, yep, that fits pretty close there, and it hangs over a little bit. And there we go, right? All right, this is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and put this flap right there, and then I'm going to put my hinge up there, and just going to mark where these holes will be. Boom. Wait, got to hold that. This is looking good. This is looking good. I'm going to, that one there, that one there, that one there, and then there, there. All right, I think I got it. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna drill these out. I'm not gonna bore you with all the drilling. I'll drill these holes out. We'll put the screws in, get this flap on, and we'll see how it turns out. All right, so we're doing good here. Got my holes drilled. I got the first part. Got the hinge put on the main part of the start gate. Then I've got my flap here, I've got my holes drilled, and just gonna get that screwed on, and then we're gonna be in business. That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. So let's see. Get that screw in there. So anyways, I kind of looked around at online a little bit, some different ideas for start gates. And I really liked this one. I thought this one would be really the fairest. So it seemed like there were two main versions out there. There was kind of a flip-up gate like this, and then there was a drop-down gate. So something maybe sticking up through the track, and then it drops down. And I don't know, I just thought this one would be a little bit more fair of a gate. And the reason why is because it flips out. And so both cars are just gonna leave like at the same time, right? Where what I was thinking is if there was a gate where something dropped down, if you have two cars that are up against that, but one of the cars is a little higher, like the ground clearance is a little higher, then as this drops down, this guy is actually gonna leave before this guy that's maybe, you know, like an Indy car that's like flat right on the ground. He's not gonna leave till that thing is all the way down through the track. But this guy, maybe it's a truck or something, set up a little higher, he's gonna leave before before this even gets all the way down, just as soon as it gets through its high ground clearance. So I don't know, that's probably like not even, that might not even make a difference. But anyways, as I was thinking about it, plus this one just seems super easy. Versus trying to get something sticking up through the track, and then I got to cut holes in the track for it to slide down, and blah blah blah. And this just seems super. Oh yeah, look at it! Oh man, look at that! That's gonna be sweet, right? So just get that up there, put the cards in. 3, 2, 1, race! Oh yeah! This is awesome. This is gonna be so good. Okay, so man, I'm like almost there. This was like the hard part. Of course, I'm gonna have to like paint this up, make it look cool at some point. But really, right now, I gotta get racing. I got next month's races coming up pretty quick, and so I gotta decide what I'm sending in. So for now, this is what she looks like. Ooh yeah, boom baby, boom baby. Oh yeah. I can even put like a little hook up here, put a string on it or something. Oh, this is sweet. So. Okay, what do I got left to do? So I got a whole bunch of these that I got to glue on. That's not going to be fun, but it should be pretty easy. I'll just run the glue along here. I got my little clips. I'll just clip them on there. And then that should be pretty easy to do. Like I said, I'm not going to need to worry about like where I put this. I thought I was going to have to give some clearance, but when I'm setting it up above the track, that's not even an issue. So I can just go all the way, yep, slides right in there. I can go all the way to the back, so that's easy cheesy. I'll do that. And then kind of, I guess, other than that, the last thing is I am going to put this hinge back here on the back. I'm not sure, probably on the bottom like that, yeah. And then the board that I cut, the 30-inch board that I cut to make to hold this up, I'll put that on there, and yeah, we're gonna be racing! Woo! Oh yeah! All right, I thought I'd just show you kind of what was happening here. So, like I say, I got these put on here, got the clamps on there. So, boy, I'm just learning as I go though. So I did want to show you something that I saw. So it turns out, so on these, I don't know if you can see that, but you see how that top is kind of rounded there? But on the bottom, it's nice and square. So I was finding that when I was trying to put these on, it was kind of like trying to fall off the edge, and so I was trying to line it up with the edge, but I don't know, it's just hard, and I thought, oh, good grief, I'm not going to do this. So what I've decided to do, I'm putting that round edge on the bottom, and then I'm going to put this nice square edge up here, and that made it so easy just to get those lined up nice and even all along the edge there. Oh, perfect. So anyways, I might have to re-drill these holes. Probably what I'll do is I'll just make this, I'll just put the start gate on the other end, and then I'll just drill new holes for that start gate. But yeah, that just seemed to make that go on a little bit easier. So whew! So I got half of one done. Got a few more to go. Woo! It's gonna be awesome though. I can't wait. Got to get this dry, get this on. Of course, again, probably end up painting this at some point, but for now, I just got to get testing cars, so we're gonna go with it. But anyways, a couple things I'm learning along the way. All right, well, plugging away, kind of letting this guy dry. This is the longest, tedious part, definitely, of this build. But anyways, I wanted to show you back over here. So I've got one done. This is the drop one, and if you'll remember, so I've got these holes drilled, but I flipped it over because I wanted that square edge to be up. So I was going to have to probably re-drill the holes to put the start gate on. But here's what I was thinking. So I was thinking when I have that start gate like right at the end, that only gives me, so this is 3.5 inches. So basically any cars that are longer than 3.5 inches are going to stick out the back. Now I don't think there's going to be any wheels that are going to fall off the back. Like even some of the longest cars, I don't think their axle is back 3.5 inches. But anyways, I thought what I might do then is I think I might slide it forward a little bit though. And that'll give me just a little extra room back here if I do get, you know, like some really long cars, or I know some of these guys are modifying cars and stretching them out and stuff. And so if I ever get to that point, I don't know, that'll just give me a little extra. So I'm going to drill some new holes. I'm going to get this guy put on there. But I think I'm going to slide him up just a little bit, maybe measure out about an inch or so, and give me just a little extra room back there. That way if we get any really long cars, they won't fall off the back. So just learning so much as I do this build, and coming up with ideas. I'm sure there's going to be other things that as I get the track going and test it a little bit that I might have to look at. But oh man, this is fun. This is so much fun. Okay, well, I'm going to get to drilling. All right, well, we're still coming along. This is the second one. Got that pretty much done, but hey, look at this, look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh yeah, check that out. Oh, the shadows and sun's kind of weird, but yeah, look at that. So I got this piece on. Use the hinge right here. Got that hinge on there, and it's coming down, and woohoo! Oh yeah, look at that. That's gonna be awesome. So sweet. So here's what I think I need to do though. So I was looking down here. It's kind of wobbly, right? Kind of wobbly. So I have this little extra here. So I thought what I might do is like get that hooked onto there, right? So maybe drill a couple holes in there and in the bottom, that hooked on there, something like that, and then that should make that nice and stable and not tip or anything. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. I don't know if I'll use that whole piece. Maybe I'll cut it off just a little bit. It's pretty long still, but something like that anyways. And yeah, look at this. This is starting to look like a track, baby. So these are about dry here. So I'm gonna get the rails on the last one, and oh, we're gonna be in business. Oh yeah. And look at this. This is this great place to race. So I think I told you guys a few episodes ago or something that we were getting some concrete poured. So oh yeah, look at this. This big concrete area back here. This is gonna be great for racing. Oh, so good, so awesome. So, oh, pumped. Look at that thing, man. That's looking like a real track. Oh yeah. All right, so I did cut this down just a little bit, about 2 feet, and then screwed it on down there. I don't know if you can see that. So I have the screws there, and then I also drilled those out a little bit bigger, so the screws fit down flat there, so that when this is standing up, it'll fit nice and flat down on the ground. So ooh, we're getting there. So I'm gonna go put this back on. I've got the last of the rails drying, so we are getting so close. All right, hey guys, guess what? I think I got it. Oh yeah, check it out. Looking good, huh? Oh, so cool. Let's go take a closer look. All right, so here we go. So got the support down there coming up now. So I measured that at 30 inches, just like the D64 track, but that's actually going to add like another 3/4 of an inch on there height wise, but whatever. And then there's a start there. I'll put it in, boom boom, right? Oh, I love it. Send those cars down there. They'll fly on down 8 feet of drop there, and then like the D64 track will have 14 feet of run out. That'll actually give me a couple of feet there just to catch the cars and after the finish and whatnot. So anyways, so cool. We got to get some track in there and do some racing. Oh, so awesome, so awesome. So I'm kind of losing some daylight here. Been working on this most of the day. So probably tomorrow I'm gonna crack open some cars. We're gonna get some orange track on this track, and then we are going to be racing. Oh yeah, this is so cool. I can't wait to try this out. So anyways, it's been super fun, and I will see you next time when I see you. Yeah, can't wait. I can't wait. There it is. Oh, look at that beauty. Oh yeah.